Hey, welcome back. Wavelengths Conference Championship Weekend Preview. Three of us right now. It's going to be five total. I don't know. The internet's slow in Buffalo or something. But, yeah. Yeston wasn't here to talk about the Bills. He probably doesn't want to now. Understandably so. Deontay's got a thing going on. I don't know if he wants to get into that. No?
Can we just have a quick moment of silence? That DC Sports that I just had to watch. Just quick. 35 seconds.
Why not 13?
Because the Wizards blew a 35-point lead to the Clippers without Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Marcus Morris, etc.
Yeah, that was rough.
That's terrible.
Sincerest condolences, man. As a dude who's watched his Celtics blow a lot of leads,
I feel like 13 seconds is much better, though. Do you want to flip a coin to decide which time is better?
Don't do this to me on a Tuesday night, Stephen. Don't do this to me.
All right. I mean, let's get into the teams and games that, got winners. All right. I'm done. All right. You want to talk about the NFC or the AFC first? I feel like one game's really interesting and one game we're going to say isn't interesting, but then, the team that nobody wants to win might win.
All right, let's go NFC. Started off on the the most interesting side because it's a division rivalry in the NFC Championship. How often does that happen? I mean, typically, divisional matchups happen by the divisional round. Wild card, low seed, high seed. But here we are with the 6 and the 4 in the NFC Championship. And I think it could be one-sided. But, it's I can guarantee that, at least in part, it'll be interesting.
I know the Niners record is 7-0 against the Rams, but they're definitely pulling this one off. I feel like. What's that?
No, I'm saying the Rams haven't beaten the 49ers since 2018. So
yeah, 7 straight games against them, but the Rams have been looking a lot better in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, and they found themselves late in the season. There are a lot of teams that get hot at the right time, and the Rams look like them. The Niners defense is playing out of its mind right now. I mean, they put a cap on Dallas, and they bottled Green Bay up. I mean, outside of that first drive touchdown they had, they gave up, 9 points?
Rams pass rush has been dominating, too.
Yeah. The Niners defense can shut down any offense on any given day, but they still have to outscore them at the end of the day. And I would be absolutely horrified if San Fran actually managed to top this LA team. I mean, they've got it's just the Rams have strength at every position on the field. The Niners they've got them beaten in a very few small areas, and I just don't see how the Niners can come out on top. They're just so severely outnumbered in every important area of the field.
They have been for the last 2 weeks. Still did it.
It's true. But, there are always improbable results in playoff games. It happens all the time. The Bengals, let the Titans go by the wayside. Green Bay got bottled up. The Buccaneers lost. There was a lot of completely unexpected results. I say largely unexpected results. But you can only lightning only strikes so many times. I would genuinely be amazed if the Niners managed to pull another one off. It would probably be one of the greatest postseason runs, the most surprising postseason runs
since Philly in 2017.
Yeah.
Shanahan owns McVay, though. He's beat him 6 times in a row. That's your answer right there. Is that Shanahan somehow just out-schemed Sean McVay, and that's how the Niners win this game, which they've had this psychological edge over the Rams for the last 3 years.
It's hard to disagree with that. It's hard. It's until you've done it. It's been like you said 3 years. So
Yeah.
I don't see how you can automatically say the 49ers are going to lose.
Yeah, every time the Rams have been more talented and the Niners have come out and just run the ball through their face. So I think they have a chance to do that again. That's what they do. And Stafford's been great these playoffs, but they kicked the hell out of the Cardinals. They got up 27-3 on the Bucs. I'd like to see a team get a lead on him, put some pressure on Matt Stafford, and let's see what he's made out of.
He had to, granted it was awful coverage, but he had to make a play just to win the game.
Yeah, that was a great play. It was.
But I understand what you're saying, that was one instance, and worst case scenario, they're a coin toss away from maybe advancing to the NFC Championship game. But, on the flip of the coin, maybe not.
Mm-hmm. This Akers piece is big, though, too, for the Rams. Would much rather get into that than talk about any type of probability or coins.
I wish people could see the death stare you guys just gave him.
If we're gonna discuss the coin toss, guys, I just want it to be known the winner of the coin toss has won the last 11 postseason overtime games.
I think there's
so it has won 10 of the last
you.
11. And of those 10,
hey, I got tails this time, guys. I got tails this time.
7 were decided on the opening possession. It's a statistical advantage that they got to get rid of.
See, tails.
But that being said, we should have won it in regulation. Both can be true.
Who was that one team that lost?
It was
the Saints against the Rams.
Yeah.
In that famous pass interference game.
I got tails again. I've gotten tails twice. 2 more times than Josh Allen has in like 45 seconds.
And that was Josh Allen's one lone mistake of that game, too.
Well, the coin toss, yeah.
He had been 9-0 on coin tosses before that, even, too. Like he'd been nailing it all year.
Yeah, and then he was 2 coin tosses in that game.
One thing I do want to talk about with the 49ers is I hate seeing that damn boom box. I just want them to lose for that reason. I don't want to see Deebo Samuel with that boombox again. It just annoys me for some reason. And I know this is like get off my lawn, old man yells at cloud type stuff, but I just hate seeing that thing, man.
It is. What are we doing?
And everybody's like, is there anything better in sports than Deebo and his boombox? Like, yeah, literally anything.
Joe Burrow.
Deebo Samuel can show up in whatever he wants.
Like, there is so much better. And I don't want to see the 49ers in the Super Bowl. I get it. Like, all the Facebook bombs are going to be like, oh, my God, Jimmy G's so hot. But, like, I don't care. I don't care about what the quarterback looks like. I know what he looks like on the field. It's not that impressive. I don't want to watch that for 3 hours.
Jimmy G holds back the Niners' whole experience because they have such a fun team.
Which is crazy because they're in the NFC Championship game. Like, it's crazy.
For the second time in 3 seasons.
I don't think anyone wants to see Chiefs versus the Niners in Super Bowl, though.
No one wants to watch that. What we really want,
even Bengals versus Niners.
People need Rams Bengals, I think.
No.
Give Matt Stafford some love.
Rams Chiefs. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I get bored of the same thing over and over again.
Yeah,
I've made it clear.
When's the last time you see it? When's the last time you seen that?
Well, no, we've seen the Chiefs 2 straight years in the Super Bowl. Give me something fresh from the AFC now. Come on, Joey Burrow is exciting. He's fun. I want to see him.
I don't know, but the whole narrative about how you can take down Mahomes with a pass rush, and then if he faces like Von Miller and Aaron Donald and has like a great game and can get rid of that, I'm into that storyline.
I mean, that's true. That being said, I'm not tired of seeing Mahomes. I love Mahomes. He is incredible, and I cannot.
Sounds like sour grapes to me.
What? Come on. That's because anytime I say I don't like a blank, it's gonna make me sound bitter because I've had to put up with a lot. I say I don't really like watching Tom Brady because we've seen him so much, and I want something new and fresh.
Yeah, but that's different. Tom Brady is a despicable human being who's defied like nature and gravity. Patrick Mahomes is still pretty likable.
Yeah, I don't have anything against him
because like he just like like.
I don't have anything against him.
That's unlikable.
Wait. So let me let me get this straight for a second. You just saw what happened to Joe Burrow in Tennessee versus their stout defensive line. So you telling me you'd rather watch Joe Burrow get murdered with Von Miller and Aaron Donald sacking him every play, just alternating turns? You'd rather watch that than to watch Patrick Mahomes?
Then watch Patrick Mahomes get that every other play.
I grew up on the drought Buffalo Bills, the team that had never had a good offense. We never went anywhere, but we almost always, we had a top 15, top 10, sometimes as good as top 5 defense in certain areas. Good quality secondaries.
Tim Schwartz,
a mix, a blend of healthy and powerful pass rushes. Occasionally a stud linebacker here or there. But I live for good defense. It's exquisite. Sure, I can enjoy a shootout. Everyone can enjoy a shootout. They're fun. They're exciting. They're entertaining. But I mean, if I can see quality pass rushes stunt and get to the quarterback consistently, I love that. If I can see quality coverage downfield to force a coverage sack, brilliant. That's
your thing, coverage.
Yeah, coverage.
DBs.
I mean, DBs it's the best part of the game for me. It always has been. Watching a man go man to man, or play a soft zone and then sneak under for the thing. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I want to see
that
good
because
defense.
the TV's on the wrong side in your homeland. Get it? Because you. Real talk though,
I'm sorry. I know you can do better, Steve. I know you can do better.
Our mail trucks in Britain, are their drivers on the left side because ours are on the right side?
I don't know anything about American mail trucks. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying like what? But anyways, we're getting off topic.
No, for starters, we don't have trucks without doors.
I forgot you guys use umbrellas. Okay, let's get back to this game because it does seem like important. It's a Mary Poppins joke.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a rain joke. We get those too.
No, speaking of tears, though, Josh Allen, he did lose that coin toss. Like Bryce said, only mistake he made. Theo, I'm so sorry. This really isn't intended for you. And everybody forgets you're a Bills fan in the chat, which I don't understand why.
He's the only one who's got like a straight up Bills logo right behind him. I mean, at least Bryce has Brandon Bean, but and a lot of people won't know who a GM is. But that's straight up the Bills Stanley Cup.
Especially not with that background. Like I thought,
I'm stuck with Stanley Cup champs for another year. We're not getting a real one, at least for 12 months.
Don't
but
remind me.
I did want to say like a real football thing.
Yes.
For the NFL,
for the first time tonight.
The worst case scenario would be like, in my opinion, Bengals 49ers. That is like less marketable. The least marketable game I can remember was the Eagles Patriots, just because like everybody hates both teams. Not that everybody will hate both teams.
And Philly was down there starting quarterback too.
Yeah. I mean, it ended up being one of the most brilliant, entertaining Super Bowls of the past 10 years or so.
No, like,
but,
I
no
totally
one wanted to see it though.
How marketable was the Rams Patriots one?
Yeah, but that was like
what,
the Rams were like high powered, like they were like Todd Gurley should win MVP, blah blah blah. They had those sweet like throwback uniforms. So I feel like we wanted to see that a little bit. And then that was the same year the Rams had that game against the Chiefs. We wanted to see Rams Chiefs in the Super Bowl back then. But Tom Brady kind of just
Bengals Niners would be like if we got Jags Eagles in that Super Bowl instead, which the Jags almost made that happen.
Yeah, they were a game shot.
No, if the Jags were the Super Bowl,
I'd say Jags Vikings would have been the worst outcome.
Blake
Bortles versus Case Keenum.
Yeah, that would have been real bad.
Yeah, but that would have been a thing that Tom Brady didn't have, because wouldn't that have been Minnesota's Super Bowl? So they would have been the first team to play in a home Super Bowl.
Oh yeah,
that would have been
Tom Brady.
Yeah, it also probably would have been the Vikings' first Super Bowl win.
Oh, come on, don't do that to Doug Marrone. But Jalen Ramsey, hey, very close.
That's true, actually. Jalen Ramsey was still in Jacksonville at the time. That could have been, and that Saxonville D line was incredible.
Duval
for like one game or 1 year.
Oh yeah, well, because I mean that's the thing is that you can typically tell what teams are one hit wonders and what teams are going to stick around based on whether or not the thing that makes them successful.
And Jacksonville spent $90 million that year too.
Yeah, they spent all that money on their defensive line, and they produced pressure rates and sack numbers that were unprecedented by any standard in NFL history. That Bears defense the year before, I believe, was the year before or the year after. Either way, that Bears defense that made Chicago so good with Mitchell and made Mitchell Trubisky look like a Pro Bowler was they forced turnovers at one of the best rates in NFL history for a single season, and that's unsustainable. You can't just turnovers are fluky. They can't. Better defenses generate them more often, but when you get them that consistently, you're gonna regress to the norm.
All right, so because there's only 2 games this week, we do have a little bit of time to actually really break it down and sink our teeth into it.
Cool.
I think all 5 of us agree quarterback advantage, blue and gold.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. Rams
running
better
backs.
QB by a mile.
Yeah.
Running backs.
I would say Rams only because of the Akers emergence coming right back. If Akers
the fumble fingers doesn't concern you.
Yeah, he was Jekyll and Hyde.
That concerns me.
I still think that. He's a force to be reckoned with. He's also
they still have Henderson and
freshest.
Michelle too.
Yeah, and Michelle has proven to be effective in the pass game as well. If they're going to go on passing downs, then they'll probably consistently bring Michelle in. I think that the Rams are definitively have a better running back talent, but I might give the advantage to that Niners O-line.
The Rams' run game didn't impress me all year, which is why I thought Akers was a big piece because I didn't think their run game dictated anything all year. And then they showed that those flashes with Akers against the Cardinals. But then last week he had 24 carries for 48 yards, 2 yards a carry. He fumbled. I'm not sure.
But then again, don't the Bucs have the top 3?
Yeah, Vita Vea is impossible to run against. So
and they did just keep feeding him right up the middle. They weren't bouncing Akers to the outside. They weren't giving him a variety of looks. It was a lot of just, we need 1 yard, Akers, go, and he would get 2. But honestly, that's 2 yards on when you're a yard to go is a win.
Yeah, he's very explosive.
He is.
But then again, coming off of torn Achilles only 5-6 months ago, how much he really asked him to
back in July.
Yeah, to cut outside consistently.
Right.
If you're out there, you should be able to give your 100% effort. But
but it's the off time. He knows that he could be doing that. I don't think he would have come back if he didn't think he could.
I don't know, man.
I think this is what. Besides the fumbles, this is what we expected from Cam Akers in his first 2 or 3 games back. Is he's going to have to shake off the rust. He's going to have these 2 or 3 yard gains when he could break it outside a little bit. He just still doesn't trust that Achilles.
He's only two games in, and he's coming off the Achilles injury very, very quick. So, like I said, how much does he really trust what's going on with him?
It's going to take probably. If they make it to Super Bowl, it'll probably be then when we start seeing some of the vintage Cam Akers.
That's only 2 weeks though.
And Andrew Whitworth's status is huge for them, the left tackle.
The same thing with Trent Williams, right?
Yeah.
For the Niners, it's
I don't think he's practiced yet.
Yeah, Williams makes that whole run game go, so that's massive.
That man never practices.
No.
He's always hurt.
Well, you did falsely diagnose.
All right, okay. We don't have enough time for this. I think all the other position groups are pretty explanatory. Receivers, we're going Rams. Tight end, if you want to throw it at him, obviously Kittle. Defensive lines are pretty even, but Aaron Donald over anybody in the entire damn league.
Correct.
And you got Von Miller too on that.
You have Jalen Ramsey and anybody breathing. That's better than anything the 49ers have had in recent memory.
Yeah. The 49ers are still well schemed. They didn't drop off.
They're still starting Josh Norman.
Loss of, losing their DC wasn't that much of a loss to them. But
right there.
They're still making it work even with the change in scheme. But yeah, they're not the same.
And then just for Trish and I's sake, Matt Gay over Robbie Gould. Yeah, I understand. Robbie Gould's done 2 really cool things like kicking field goals during warm-ups, but I don't care about that. He's old. He's bald. Same thing with Sean McDermott.
And Matt Gay has a leg.
Give me a prediction.
Robert Saleh.
All right. I'm going to say Rams 34-18.
Okay.
Give me Rams. Let's go 28-24.
I was going to go Rams 27-24.
I think the
now
Niners
you just sounded
win.
like you're copying me.
Oh,
No, I swear to God, I was thinking
24-17 Niners.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rams are gonna win.
Yeah,
Rams
yes,
gonna
and
win by 30.
I think either you're a little too bullish on the Rams or you're not crediting the 49ers enough. Yes, Jimmy G sucks.
My issue is with that. It's just the fact that the Rams have the Rams defense beats the Niners offense in every area of the field right now, except for maybe it's a mismatch with Kittle. Kittle is a huge boon for the Niners, and he's really their only chance on offense. Feed him consistently, get him some room to run after the catch, and then they might have a chance. And I do think that it does give them a chance, but the Rams will be ready for it, and I just don't see Jimmy G willing them to a huge win here.
See, last thing, I would agree with you, but this same Rams team just lost to the 49ers without Trent Williams just a few weeks ago in LA. I'm just saying, and I know Jimmy G sucks. We all know he sucks, but he just keeps winning. So this isn't a fluke. He's done it twice now.
Yeah, no, and the Niners deserve a hell of a lot of respect for this postseason run they've put on too. They've shut down two of the best offenses in the entire NFL. What says they can't do it a third time? I just don't see them, because of how evenly matched the Rams are across their entire roster. There's not much of an area of weakness for them to target offensively or defensively.
Yeah, the tough matchup for me is just the Rams wide receivers and the Niners corners. That's my one holdback. And the Niners did a good job on Adams last week. They put 2 defenders on him. The Rams are going to be tough to do that with because they have Cooper Kupp and Odell Beckham. But
Van Jefferson?
Yeah, Van Jefferson's a good player.
That's my guy.
But I think if Kupp's in the slot, like the Niners have like Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw, who are great coverage linebackers. So they can throw them in there and mix up some different looks. They have a fighting chance for sure.
All right, let's talk about the game that we all care about. Bengals, Chiefs, in Arrowhead, or Geehaw Field at Arrowhead, whatever they call it, corporate America. If this game isn't like 30-35 or whatever, do Jamie
kind of
score
similar
whatever?
to the Bills game.
I don't think it'll be as high scoring, but if it's not, it'll be such a disappointment, I feel like.
Well, I think it's mostly just because of how damn good the divisional weekend was. Yeah. That was one of the best weekends of playoff football we've ever seen, right?
Yeah.
And
by far.
Yeah, you can't exactly take a step up from that. I feel like none of the 3 games that we have left are going to match up to quite the level of excitement and quite the quality we got out of all 4 of these games this weekend.
All 4 of them came down to last second field goal.
The last play. The last play of every game decided it. And that's just incredible. I have a lot of faith in Joe Burrow and this Cincy offense, but they've got holes all over, primarily that offensive line, amongst other areas. But it's very, very difficult to compete at a high level when you're on your back. I mean, I know the whole discussion in the preseason was, should the Bengals draft Jamar Chase or Penei Sewell? And they went with Chase, obviously.
It's paid off for him big time, too.
And Chase was a great pick. He was. But
except for Burrow being on his back 90% a game. I
mean, Sewell has very quietly developed one of the best offensive linemen in the NFL this season. I'm not going to say he's continuing to do that. It's hard to predict, but he was incredible this year after a slow start. Chase obviously impressed everyone. In my mind, he's probably offensive rookie of the year. Assuming they don't just give it to Mac Jones because he's a quarterback. I would say that it wasn't a mistake getting Chase, but it was a mistake not doing more to address the offensive line outside of the draft pick for Chase.
And I think that's going to show this week too.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, let's be real. They're not in the AFC Championship with Penei Sewell.
No, I agree.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
they have.
I like this for the Bengals, though. They have $60 million in cap space next offseason. I don't think they win this game, but it gives them a great chance to see how they match up with the Chiefs and what moves they can make going into next year. Because they really weren't built for this year. They're just overachieving like crazy right now. Like I said,
this
they have
was a rebuild year for them.
$60 million in cap space. Like they could get scary good.
Yeah, I think the Bengals receivers match up well with the Chiefs secondary because we all saw what Gabe Davis and Bills receivers did to that depleted Chiefs secondary. It wasn't very good, and I would have to say Bengals have better, like, more selection of weapons than Buffalo does. Got 3 number 1 receivers in Cincinnati with a pretty dominant tight end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that passing game has developed really well.
Dawson Knox threw a touchdown with a broken hand.
Yeah.
I don't know if CJ Uzomah could do that. He can dance disgustingly. I don't think Dawson Knox could do that. So
he's got an elite name. I'll give CJ that.
Eli Apple's been saying a lot of things this week.
I was just about to say, imagine Eli Apple with the amount of crap he's talked on Twitter for the last 2 days. If he goes out there and gets burnt by Tyreek Hill,
I feel like he'll give him like 150.
That. Here's the thing: I love what Eli Apple was saying because I hate Saints fans, I hate Giants fans, I don't care about Ravens fans. But for him to potentially go out there and get routed up by either McCole Hardman or Tyreek Hill is potentially
freaking Byron Pringle.
Yeah, Byron Pringle's a funny name. I don't think Eli Apple's even gonna do they waste their time with him covering Hill?
I don't think.
I mean, who else do they have?
You got Mike Hilton, Chidobe Awuzie. It's like a bunch of reclamation projects. Vernon Hargraves is playing for them. I would say Awuzie and Mike Hilton are their best corners, but they're all guys that have been like first-round picks on other teams that didn't get second contracts, and now they're playing in Cincinnati, and the expectations are lower, and so they're meeting expectations, but they're not great players, so don't get that mistaken.
I mean, it doesn't matter what cornerback you're putting up on him, on Tyreek Hill. He's still going to go for 150. It's just how bad that Bengals secondary is.
Yeah, they have no depth whatsoever, and their starters aren't ideal in the first place.
Both secondaries on each of these teams are terrible.
Yeah, so it is just going to be a race
Bates
to 40.
and Von Bell are good, though.
What's the status
I'll give him.
Matthew, he left with a concussion. He has no update yet, but he has been on Twitter. So typically, if it's severe, they tell you, he would have been off screens, off everything, in preparation. So I imagine we'll see him play.
He would know about concussions in football because remember he gave his girlfriend one.
Hey, fiance.
Well, at the time.
So yeah.
Dang.
Damn it! You've pinned this on me a couple times, and I've never gotten to defend myself on the pod.
I feel like you definitely have.
I didn't. I threw a ball to her. She caught it, and then someone else tackled her outside the end zone because they were mad. I guess onto some ice.
He was like Peyton Manning.
I didn't
always get.
You gotta lead your receivers back.
The hospital ball.
Hey, she was open to the end zone. She went through the end zone, and then someone else came up and knocked her out of bounds after she already had the TD into the ice.
Yes, and is he still your friend after that?
Actually, no. But that's for a different reason.
Oh wow! So whatever reason there is, that was a tipping point. Absolutely crushing my fiance's skull. It's fine.
Hey, it was just a dent.
It was just a dent. That's what they said about
a type of situation where he felt bad and he tried to make a move.
No. Well, yeah, he did, but I turned it down.
Deontay. Same could be said about Henry Ruggs' car. Just a dent.
Ooh.
Right.
Yeah, Bryce might have more Instagram followers than us combined, but he's gonna go in the penalty box there for a little bit. Ali, that was dark. Darn, I almost don't feel like posting this now anymore. But,
dang,
wow. Good
So that
thing
one.
Sean Payton retired today, because I would just end it here and we wouldn't. Oh, nobody said
He's going to the
who would win.
Cowboys.
Oh, yeah, right. Predictions. I'm going to say KC 38-31 Bengals.
I go Chiefs 42-27.
Interesting. I think
I'll
these two
go-
teams are closer together than San Fran and LA are right now. But you kind of went the
I'll
opposite
go
way.
Chiefs 32-27. Or did you already say that?
I said 42-27.
All right. I'll say
Good.
32.
I think the Chiefs are going to flex in this game. I got like 38-21, something like that. I think they'll have a huge game.
Mhm.
Yeah, at least 2 possessions.
I think it's going to be 14-10.
You know, after the games we've had.
In the first
Yeah.
quarter?
No, after 4.
No, I
After
mean,
the first 3
That's
4
drives.
minutes?
both these teams are coming off huge wins, though. I mean, I would not be surprised if we see a bit of a letdown game from both of them. Neither team meets expectations. That wouldn't be that big of a surprise to me.
Yeah, what if Jim Nantz and Tony Romo are like, well, dang, this is 9-6
Sucks.
after 3.
Andy Reid, Zach Taylor, I think is a huge
Just pull a
matchup
Patriots
win for the
Rams Super
Chiefs.
Bowl.
I'd only say huge just because we don't know what to expect from Taylor.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to make
Yes.
a Pat joke. You almost got me there.
Shut up, huh?
You will have been in the penalty box with me.
No, that's
no,
totally
no,
different, Bryce.
no.
Just
You
because
gotta-
you have
you gotta-
clout in your
you gotta-
influencer
you gotta-
doesn't mean you can get away with that. But
You got a major, I got a minor. Yes, I know hockey.
Oh,
terms.
so what? 5 minutes, 2 minutes? Is that how it works? I read a book about hockey one time.
Live in
I saw-
Canada,
I've-
you
I've
don't know
seen-
anything
what do you
about
I've
mean
seen
you read a
ice.
book?
What can I say?
You can
It's-
watch it whenever you want there.
I mean, have you seen the price of Leafs tickets?
For what? They
You-
suck.
You better
Yeah,
watch
Jonathan.
QMJ
Still $800
hockey.
Well,
I mean, yeah, I
actually,
could totally watch
okay,
the
that
OHL.
actually shows how much he doesn't know about it, because you can't even go to sporting events in Canada.
No, not right now. Yeah, well, when
That
the
thing's
one time I got
free.
to go, the one time I
get in.
got to go to a sporting event, it was down in Buffalo, and it was watching us beat up on the Panthers, and that's going to be probably the only time till next year. Like, I miss going to a Blue Jays game for $4 and a handshake.
What's this
Good.
the handshake at you?
COVID.
No, it's how it's simply polite, you know. You give him a handshake, and
You
they
shake
say,
hands
"Hey,
with
thanks."
StubHub?
Yeah, virtually. That's what I do. I show up and I click the buy ticket button, and then underneath the
Why are you
buy
buying
ticket
tickets
button,
off of
there's an
StubHub?
option
You
that
should
says
use
"click to
SeatGeek.
handshake." And you
Promo code
click the
FD
handshake
Analyst,
button. That's how
$20
it
off your
works.
first
Yes.
purchase. This guy.
Yeah, I stopped that. My promo code is no more.
All right.
Wow.
Well, now that we got those two muted, Theo's the only good Bills fan left until he brings up like something bad. Yeah, Sean Payton like retired or something.
He
doesn't know that.
No.
I don't know if he knows if he's muted. Oh no, he's
Yes.
well aware. I read that in his British accent.
So have you
Jack
heard about
Lars.
this Bills running back, OJ Simpson? This guy's
That's
crazy.
different though. OJ didn't.
Oh, he's
do
killer.
that. OJ didn't
Yeah.
do it. That was the son. Anyways, back to sports. Shut up.
Wait,
and
hang on.
go
You
home.
didn't read OJ's book, If I Did It, where he
No,
released
okay.
about how
that was
he
Ron
would
Goldman's
have
dad
done it
that
if
made
You
me
he
didn't
like-
watch that
didn't do it.
ESPN documentary?
I feel bad for the guy. He can't even go to LA because he might run into the killer. a
It's
tough life
tragic.
to live.
Yeah, you guys have seen the Spider-Man meme, you know.
we say
Let's
this.
talk about Sean Payton now. And
He's,
not,
yeah,
like-
he's not retiring. He's just taking a break. He's going to the Cowboys.
He's
Yeah.
taking a year off.
He's leaving the Saints with that huge Taysom Hill contract that he signed, and he's getting the hell out of there.
That's
He's
just
still got-
cruel.
He's still under contract through 2024 too.
Oh, yeah.
I asked this.
So if any team wants him, it's gonna have to be through trade.
I asked this. How the hell are you $71 million over the cap? And
After it
you still
just
suck.
happened in 2020.
And you still suck.
With no QB. They're not even paying a quarterback.
No quarterback. They have no offense besides Alvin Kamara.
Michael
Yeah, I mean, well,
When
Ramczyk
he
makes
comes back.
huge money, and then like Michael Thomas has just been a sunk cost the last 2 years.
Jameis Winston was pretty good. I mean, I know he had his moments, but he was pretty good. And look at the turnaround after he left. I mean, after he got injured, rather. So
Ian Book,
chill.
I actually think I think this year they could have won multiple playoff games with Winston, but they're going to lose everybody.
That defense, if that defense stays healthy and Winston doesn't go down, then they're legitimately contending. I mean, come on, you mean to tell me that the Eagles would have made the playoffs over the Saints if Jameis Winston stays healthy?
Did you just say Jameis Winston in multiple playoff games?
I mean, I would say I think multiple might be a stretch but they were quite good. I mean, and we've seen what the Niners have done.
They could have won these games that the Niners won. That's my opinion.
I think that's fair.
They have $12 million in dead cap too. They're still paying Drew Brees $11.5 million.
How? He retired.
He was still under contract, I think, wasn't he?
But he retired.
I mean, he may. Yeah, I don't know how retiring was in relation to the cap because I know you get.
Yeah, because there's still guaranteed money.
Yeah, but he retired.
Thing is, I think opting out of playing,
he stepped out of his contract.
Yeah, I think when you retire, you lose your guaranteed cash over that time because you're opting not to play.
Yeah, because wasn't that like a big deal like that? The Colts didn't make Andrew Luck pay back X amount of money.
Yeah, because they sort of loved him.
Well, yeah, they tried to kill the dude.
just like the Bengals are trying to do to Burrow, but we're not going to.
Yeah. No, we
Washington did with RG3.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Bryce. I'm not.
You guys follow RG3.
No, RG3 was the one that pushed his whole offensive coaching staff out of there. They were all geniuses too.
Oh my God! I'm about to leave. That is not what happened.
Dude, RG3, he's like a horn dog though, like for real.
Oh my God, yeah.
Some of the stuff he posts
you
on
guys see
Instagram, it's really funny, but it's like, dang, dude, like we get it, you got the girl, but like
it's all like bragging stuff.
It does like he gets his kids involved, and I just like feel bad for them. It's weird. Wow, who'd have thought?
And ESPN still employs him too.
No, he's a good analyst.
Yeah, he's not bad.
He's awful. Who's worse?
He's salty.
Who's worse? Him or Mark Sanchez?
I hate Sanchez.
Mark Sanchez is not
bad at what?
Anything.
At running into his teammate's butt.
All right, it's just gonna be me and Theo here for the last 120 TV. I didn't think we talked about RG3 conference championship weekend. Not even like in my wildest dreams. I thought that would come up.
There's 2 games left. What do you want us to do?
No, I get it. We actually broke down a game. I always say that we do in the description.
I mean, if we got time, we could try and pick a Super Bowl winner right now.
That's dumb.
Rams.
Why?
Because we're all going to say Chiefs or Rams, and then one of them is going to, and we don't know for sure. So why put more bad takes out there?
Let's go in Rams anyway.
Yeah, I'd pick Rams. Oh, good. We all got it done.
No, Theo didn't go.
Anyway,
Chiefs.
There's still a minute left.
There we are.
All right. Heads, Chiefs, tails, Rams.
Oh, God.
Oh, I got tails again.
I'm leaving.
And the Bills still would have lost a coin toss.
Ah, good. No, he's gone. Finally talk about the real stuff. I don't know what that is. We only got a little bit of time.
Jameis Winston's hoisting the Lombardi next year.
Oh, God, no.
So Shaq said that Deion Sanders is going to be the next Cowboys head coach.
We're really at that part of the season, huh? We talk about the games and stuff, and now we just got to talk about Shaquille O'Neal talking about the Cowboys.
Hey, it's fun.
We need a break. We've been doing this way too long. All right, he's back. I don't know why. We're about to close up shop here. I don't know when it's going to end.
Let's say peace out.
We'll be back on Monday morning, 10 a.m. YouTube, Spotify, Apple,